Okay, so today I read in Ezekiel chapter 19. There was only one verse that stuck out to me, and that was verse 10, which says, "Your mother was like a vine in your vineyard, planted by water. It was fruitful and full of branches because of abundant water." So what stuck out to me is that when we root ourselves in God, we will be prosperous and grow and be fruitful. Okay, so today is day 93. And the title is Own Your Gifts, and the key verse is 1 Corinthians 12:7, which says, "Each person is given something to do that shows who God is." So I wrote down that we are each given unique attributes slash traits that reflect God. And in the lesson, there were only two things that stuck out to me. The first one was Jesus was a perfect example of focus. His gifts of healing, teaching, serving, and loving both fueled and focused his mission. Um, and so like his message and like everything he taught and everything that he did reached so many. That's what I wrote down. And then the last thing that stuck out to me was in the lesson when it says, "When you focus on your gifts, not just your abilities, your gifts focus you too." Which that doesn't really make sense, but like it made sense. I don't know. But what stuck out to me is that when you utilize your skills that God gave you, it becomes a testimony to others. And yeah. Anyways, bye guys.